Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for Creature Commandos, Episode 5. But before we get into that, let's get the house cleaning out of the way. Share them, to leave a like, comment below, let them know your thoughts on Creature Commandos, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I will greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, this is Episode 5. This is the Frankenstein episode, where we get to learn a little bit more about him and his backstory. And you know, I said last week, I really wasn't looking forward to that. I was really wanting to get to Phosphorus, who we are getting to next week, and I was wanting to get into Nina, then we just have one group episode to finish off the season, because there is only 7 in this. I thought there was 8, but no, there's only 7. So doing this episode, and then we have those 2 coming, it does disappoint me a little bit, because at the end of the day, I did try to put my feelings aside and give this episode a fair shot, and I still think I did. I had a lot of fun. I liked the pairing between Frankenstein and Rick Flag. I think they have great chemistry. David Harbour is amazing in the booth. We saw that with What If, and we see that within this episode as well. Frankenstein I already kind of liked, and you know, I already had some good laughs with him, and I was anticipating to see him. I just didn't care to see his backstory, because again, I feel like we already got that for the most part with the Bride's episode. And then we get to this episode and we see his backstory, which again is very bleak, just like the others. Nothing really changed. Nothing really changes for how I feel about Frankenstein. He is still very much obsessed with the bride. This lady that took him in, took care of him, and nurtured him back to health. And they have a nice little bond. Tells him she doesn't love you. She's never going to love you. Just stay here. It's going to be okay. But nope, he's still hell-bent on needing his bride. And then, you know, he kills her and takes the dog with him as they go out. I'm glad he didn't kill the dog. But yeah, it was a very bleak ending. But at the end of the day, what did we learn that was new from Frankenstein? That he still very much loves the bride, and that, you know, if he doesn't want to leave someone alone, he will just take them out, because if he can't have them, no one else can. I feel like we already learned that for the most part. I just feel like we wasted minutes on something that we already knew, just for the sake of another bleak story, just for the sake that, you know, each creature does have its own episode. When I feel like we just didn't need that. We probably could have done this in season 2. It got greenlit, and I really do think we could have used those minutes for a Phosphorus or for a Nina, and also for the stuff that we did do here in the present time. I don't know how much of the needle that we moved, because what Rick and Frankenstein find out is that, yeah, it was a setup, and Clayface is here. Who sent Clayface? I guess that was something to move forward. It was cool seeing him, knowing that we will see him in live action, assuming everything is going well for the future in DC. Was really cool to see him. I like the way that they used him. Can't wait to see that in live action. It was just really, really cool. And then the creatures who are in the land, the princess finds out about that the creatures are there to kill them, but the princess understands, okay, they're doing their duties, and it's their government. Now we got to kill all the creatures anyway to send a message. And now it does look like the princess, or not the princesses, the girl from the mascara, I keep forgetting her name, even though she is supposedly the big bad, maybe the princess is. Vision is going to come true, and this is what's going to drive her to go so bad. It's that, man, I took them in, took care of them, and now I got to take care of business. I was sad to see Alexi go, and then, you know, they break free, and now they're all separated, and now it's kind of like episode 3 again, where there's a separation. Now they all have to come together, and then we get to the final fight in episode 7. But it's just with how the structure is, because now we get the Phosphorus episode, which I am really looking forward to, and then episode 7, you would assume we finish off with Nina. And then, you know, it's just, you know, the same structure all the way through for the whole entire season. I just really think the first episode and the last episode should have been, you know, full ensemble, no backstories. We understand where everyone's coming from, what drives them, what brought them together, and how this misfit family was formed, and why they like each other for the most part. Besides that, they all that they got each other. They're all that each other got, I should say. And then boom, now we go on to a very fiery finale. But no, we're not going to get that. I don't think Rick Flag is dead either. That would be pretty bold to kill off 2 characters in the same season, because it does look like G.I. Robot is going to stay dead, even though he is still in the opening credits. Yeah, to me, I want to call this episode filler because I do think there are some things moved forward. Like who sent Clayface? Or is Clayface just in it for, the thrill? Why would he specifically kill this professor at a college? And then that mystery is just interesting to see. Will the princess fulfill the prophecy? Because it does look like she is starting to heel turn. Is Rick Flag okay? There is a lot of anticipation for next week. I just really wish that we would just we didn't have to do Frankenstein. Again, it was nice to see him in a different light, and then to see the bleak ending, that was, my mouth did drop a little bit. I did like the dynamic between him and Rick Flag in the current time. I just think Frankenstein is someone that we could have stayed within the current time. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Creature Commandos. Not my favorite, but I am still very much enjoying the show overall. I'm glad that it is getting a season 2. What did you think of it? Comment below. Let me know if you did make it this far within the review. Please leave a like. I do greatly appreciate it. And of course, hit that subscribe button as we continue on this ride together. We're also doing Marvel's What If, and we have a bunch of things planned for 2025. So stick around for that ride. And until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.